How's it going, everybody? So back again, wrenching on the car. Today we are going to address one of Dodge's probably biggest mistakes with these Hellcats, and that is the horrendous lack of traction. If anybody has these cars or knows anything about them, the stock tires, aside from maybe the Y bodies, are way too skinny. So today we're going to address that and go with some bigger meats and hopefully finally find some traction. We'll see. So here we have the stock wheel and tire setup. Reminder, I have a 2016 regular body, not wide body, Hellcat Challenger. The stock tires are, let's see if this will show up, Pirelli P0s, not altogether a bad tire, but the Achilles heel is that right there, 275 for the width. All right, this is a 707 horsepower car from factory with 275s. Way too thin and not near sticky enough. So again, we are addressing that. If you walk with me, you can see just sitting, you can tell these are going to be some fairly meaty additions. We're moving up to a 305. A lot of research will tell you that this is what will comfortably fit underneath the stock setup without having to add on fender flares or anything. So we're going to get these unwrapped, get some eyes on them. Now, to fit a 305 safely, you also want to go with a wider wheel. Stock wheels are 9 inches. These are 10.5. So let's get these unwrapped. That way everybody can take a peek at them. Guys, a word my wife can't stand to hear is the word thick. But I think you can agree with me in this instance. That is a great adjective for these. Look at those. 305 for the width on these babies. Let's move on up. Let's look at the wheels too. So if anybody is considering this same mod for your Challenger, Charger, Hellcat, so I got turned on to a website called Fitment Industries. This was recommended to me by a great dude up around Cincinnati named Todd Horn. So Todd, I met him when he purchased my last toy. Used to be on the GM side of things, had a Camaro SS. Anyways, he bought that car. We've stayed in touch a little bit. Told him what I was planning to do with the Hellcat, and he recommended Fitment Industries in terms of finding some wider wheels and tires. This was great. It was a one-stop shop. I was able to get the wheels, the tires, and the TPMS sensors all in one for a pretty reasonable price. Just a better view of what we got here. Now, when you are shopping, make sure you look at all your options. That website can give you just about anything and everything you could possibly need. For instance, these wheels, so they come in a variety of finishes. They have a really glossy black. They have a matte black, but then they also have one in the middle. It was about a satin. These are the satin. And I'm really glad that their customer service worked with me because I almost had bought the wrong one. I noticed with my stock wheels, maybe not the easiest to see here, they are not matte, so you can see some sheen there, but they're definitely not gloss. So customer service had recommended the satin, and these look dead nuts even with what we have originally. So I'm really excited to get these on here. You may be wondering about the tires. We went with a Nitto 555. Let's see here. 555 G2. Not a super sticky tire. They are a summer high performance tire. Some people recommend full-blown drag tires, but don't want to get caught out in the rain and have something that's going to be skating around on me too bad. So kind of stayed away from that. I think this is a very good compromise. But heck, just getting that much wider of a tire underneath the car is going to help out a lot. All right, let's get to putting these things on. So I figured it'd probably be the best time to go ahead and get a before and after comparison. So obviously you can tell quite a bit wider on width. Also, something that's kind of interesting is just how much camber is in these wheels from stock. I mean, there you see the new wheel and tire sitting on end. And that's the amount of camber in those rear wheels. Kind of surprising. But anyways, so guys, earlier I was talking about the great customer support from Fitment Industries. And one thing that they do disclose is where the wheels that they offer are not OEM wheels. They don't have a partnership with Dodge. They cannot provide the center caps. So part of this process is going to be popping those out, getting those into the new wheels. That way they look the part as much as humanly possible. So I'll get these popped out real quick and get them transferred over. We are at the halfway point. Got one of the new wheel and tire sets on the car at this point. Got it on the passenger side. Wanted to go ahead and take a quick pause to show you what these are looking like, how they're fitting inside the fender well. Looking really nice, coming all the way up to that lip. Obviously just shows you too just how much room Dodge had to work with the factory setup. So if you are wondering about how these are going to fit or if they'll fit, yes, they will. So anyways, just a reminder, these are not OEM wheels. These are actually a company called Factory Reproductions. Pretty clever, huh? These are the new wheels. And let's head up to the front. We can get a look at the fronts. So pretty much dead nuts even with what we have. And if you are seeing any slight difference in color, it's just because honestly this car needs to be washed desperately, and these wheels are covered, the front ones at least, in brake dust. Honestly, I don't know if the previous owner put on some different brake pads. Maybe someone can comment on that. But these, the way the car is set up now, it has a lot of brake dust between washes. Anyways, looking really good so far. Can't wait to get the other side on. And we'll get a picture from the rear, seeing how the fit looks. All right, guys, got my son Holden with me again today. Like I said earlier in one of the other videos, swapping the center caps, very simple to do, but I figured this is a great learning opportunity for my dude. So he's going to help me out with getting these swapped out. So buddy, if you don't care, go ahead and we will lower this tire down onto this nice foam that came with the new wheels. You see how these are kind of just snap in. So if you want to take something kind of blunt, not sharp, like the end of a hammer, nice rubber grip, little man, just take that and just lightly pop it out. There you go. Simple as that.
Yay!
All right, so we showed you how easy it is to remove the center caps. Now little man is going to show you how to put them back in.
Yeah, we got this one out of the old wheel, and now we have this one from, well, no, this one was from the new wheel, this one's from the old wheel.
Yep.
And we're gonna swap them out because we need it to show that it's this one.
Now little man's going to line this up. Now don't push yet. Don't push yet. So let me see that. So pretty particular in how these things are lined up. You can get that kind of in line with the valve stem. Like that, just it's a nice little touch. So it looks like it's pretty much lined up. And little man, just don't pinch your fingers, but just use your palm and push it down. You'll feel it pop in. There you go.
Yay.
Simple as that. All right, guys, before we get this new wheel and tire put on the car, wanted to draw attention to this new tread pattern. So, like I said earlier, this is going to be a high-performance summer tire. Really interesting tread pattern. Nice deep channels. Help out with rain. You know, having a 2-ton car hydroplaning on you wouldn't be fun. But you'll also notice these are definitely cut in certain directions. So this is a directional tire. Just word of the wise, you want to make sure these are put on the right way. These grooves should be facing forward. And if you need to verify, on the inside of the tire, there should be, yep, right here, rotation. And it's got even arrows pointing the way that it should go. Got my little guys peeking through. So yep, that shows you the way that the tire should go, so we know we're going to be putting this on the right side and in the right way.